Hey, everybody. I was just having a conversation with somebody regarding ADHD and introversion and extroversion, and it stemmed off of the fact that a lot of people with ADHD have disconnection issues because they don't know how to cope with it. They don't know how to manage it because depending on how your ADHD affects you, should you have it, um, it it gets very overwhelming at times, and you have to know how to manage your boundaries, how to enforce your boundaries, and how to manage your energy. And when I say that, I mean everybody has different ways of what gives them energy and what sucks their energy. And you have to know you have to know what that looks like for you as an individual. And I was telling him that I was explaining to Gary, my podcast host on Misfits Managed, because he and I have been at a couple of conferences together, and I it hadn't even occurred to me that at the end of the day, I am always like, get me out of here. I love to be around the people. I love to be in the environment because there's so much energy and electricity, and the vibration of the room is so high. And I love that. And I love to be a part of it. But at the end of the day, after I've been with everybody, absorbed all of the content, absorbed all of the energy, I'm exhausted. And you will very likely find me um, sitting in a corner by myself, or I might just say, I gotta go. I'm out, um, or going up to my room. I need some quiet and solace. And if you don't know me, or if you don't know all of if you don't know the ADHD part of me and how it affects me, then it very much looks like I have to get out for a different reason, whatever that reason looks like. I was explaining to him a couple of days ago that it's not because I have a guilt factor of I need to be somewhere for somebody else or because for any other reason. It is because at the end of the day, I am between people talking, between loud music, between all of the groups, all of the discussion. I love all of that. And it does give me energy. But the nonstop, constant noise also overstimulates me to where I need a quiet place to where my brain can decompress to where I can process everything that I've heard, how it needs to relate to me. And it made me laugh because the guy I was having a conversation with about this was talking about the disconnection with ADHD. And I was telling him, I was explaining that to Gary. And he goes, yeah, that reminds me of my love-hate relationship with conferences, and I completely agree. And then it sparked a conversation. I was remembering a conversation with my husband, and he is very much of an introvert. I am much more extroverted. And he was giving me a hard time because he goes, I almost think I'm more extroverted than you are, even though you call yourself the extrovert. And I laugh and I'm like, no, no, not at all. Because because I need that downtime. I need the quiet time to be able to file everything that's going on in my head, to know what I need to do, where my priorities are, who I need to talk to, what things I need to get done, all of those little things. I need the quiet to be able to organize my head, honestly, and maybe close some mental tabs that I don't need to have open, or maybe complete a couple of little busy tasks so that I can close that tab and be done. Because otherwise, it's one of the many things that just clutters me. And I I need that quiet time. But then I love to be around the people. I love to be social. I love to be in that high vibration, high energy environment. So it's a very big mix between having that um, solitude and that creative time, and then being able to be in the high energy environment to where I then get to um, transfer that, and I get to use what gives me energy, transfer it to other people using the speaking skills, being at the conferences and talking about all the things that I love to talk about. And it can really change the look of what introversion and extroversion looks like, because I am absolutely an extrovert. I love chatting. I love conversing with people. I love being around people, but I absolutely need that time where I am on my own. I need my downtime at specific points of the day so that I can keep being with people. And I have to have time to organize what's going on in my head, figure out what I need to do with it, all of those things. So introversion and extroversion can look very, very different. I always tell people I am about 80% extrovert and about 20% introvert, because I do need that downtime. Um I need the quiet time to be in my own head. A lot of people say they don't like being in their own head. It's scary. They need the loud noise. I love being in my own head. I love that quiet time to be able to, organize and um, make sense of things that I need to make sense of. I need that time to be in that creative flow for myself, because if I have a whole bunch of noise, it really interrupts that creative flow for me, because then I'm listening to whatever that is and not focusing on what my brain wants to focus on. So ADHD in terms of introversion and extroversion can look very different for everybody. Um, it can very much mask and have the wrong perception of what that looks like for you, but you can manage it as long as you have um, a good understanding of where your energy gets sucked, where you get your energy, how you get your energy, and how that looks like in terms of plugging in for boundaries, when you need your breaks, what those breaks need to look like, and how you can structure your day into giving yourself those breaks, or just knowing when to say, I gotta go, I need to go do this, or just knowing when to excuse yourself, and maybe even just go getting yourself in a different environment and like going and sit in your car. Or maybe it's, I need a 20-minute walk to um to just have some downtime, get some endorphins going, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe it's 20 minutes of reading or drawing. I know my son absolutely loves to just sit down and draw, be artistic, and that's exactly what does it for him. So I hope this did a little something, gave you some ideas, gave you some clarity, maybe gave you a little bit of different perspective as far as neurodiversity and personality types, introversion and extroversion, because it can really change perspective and shift some things on knowing yourself, knowing how you work. Have a lovely day.